In April 2006, in Medicine Hat, Canada, Jasmine Richardson's entire family was murdered except for her. But her life was not spared by a miracle, nor was it heartbreaking. That's because the Richardsons' deaths were the result of murder by 12-year-old Jasmine and her 23-year-old boyfriend, Jeremy Steinke. The horrific killings sent shockwaves not only through the community of 60,000 people but across the country. Jasmine Richardson was charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, becoming the youngest person to be convicted of multiple counts of murder in Canadian history. In 2016, she was released. Why did a young girl commit these unbelievable crimes? And why was she able to walk free? Before we begin, like and subscribe. Jasmine Richardson and Jeremy Steinke met at a punk rock show, and before Richardson met Steinke, she was described as a happy, sociable girl. However, everything changed once Richardson started seeing the 23-year-old Steinke, who was 11 years older than her. Richardson was immediately drawn to the dark lifestyle, becoming a member of the website vampirefreaks.com, and began using dark makeup to make herself look older than she was. Jeremy Steinke's upbringing was not as healthy as Richardson's. His mother was an alcoholic, and her partner was abusive. Steinke was bullied by kids at school, and by the time he met Richardson, he had already attempted suicide. By the age of 13, Steinke had developed a complex personality. He wore a vial of blood around his neck, and claimed to be a 300-year-old werewolf. When Jasmine's parents, Mark and Deborah, discovered the affair, they banned their daughter from seeing Stink. But Jasmine Richardson and Jeremy Stink were in love. Angry with Richardson's parents, Stink wrote on his blog on April 3, 2006, "My lover's parents are so unfair. They say they really care, but they don't know what's going on and just assume. I want to slit their throats. Finally there will be silence. Their blood will be the price." But according to police reports, Richardson was the one who first suggested the plan. In an email, she told Stink she had a plan that my plan starts with me killing them and ends with me living with them, wrote. Jeremy Steinke was receptive to the idea, responding, "I like your plan, but we need to be more creative with the details and stuff." Jasmine Richardson reportedly told friends about her parents' plans to be killed, but they either didn't believe her or thought she was joking. The night before the killings, the pair watched Oliver Stone's 1994 film, Natural Born Killers. Then, on April 23, 2006, at her parents' home on a quiet residential street in Medicine Hat, Jasmine Richardson and her boyfriend carried out their massacre. The next day, a neighbor told reporters that a young boy had gone to his friend's house, Richardson's younger brother, and thought he saw a body through the window. He ran home and told his mother, who called the police. Detective Brent Sikandiak arrived at the scene and looked out the basement window where he saw at least one person on the floor. He called in additional officers, thinking they might be able to rescue someone in the house. But there was no one alive inside the home. Mark Richardson, Deborah Richardson, and their 8-year-old son had been brutally murdered. Their 12-year-old daughter, Jasmine Richardson, was missing from the scene. It wasn't even in the realm of possibility that she was a suspect, Sikandiak said. After piecing the events together, investigators discovered that Deborah was killed first, stabbed at least a dozen times. Mark tried to defend himself with a screwdriver but was also stabbed to death. The parents' bodies were found in the basement. Upstairs, Richardson's youngest child lay in his bloodied crib, his throat slit. Fearing that Jasmine Richardson was also a victim, police released a statement saying they were searching for Richardson's daughter, in connection with a serious family matter, and issued an Amber Alert. But after recovering evidence from her room and closet, investigators realized she was the prime suspect. A series of digital clues led to Jasmine Richardson and Jeremy Steinke, consisting mainly of email exchanges between the two. They were tracked down and arrested in Steinke's truck. Steinke was reported to have killed Richardson's parents in the basement, while she was upstairs in her brother's room. Witnesses testified that the two confessed to the crimes. One witness said Steinke said the victims had been emptied like fish. During her trial in 2007, Jasmine Richardson, who was identified only as JR at the time due to her age, entered court pleading not guilty. She said she had been talking, hypothetically, about killing her family, but had never intended to carry it out, but she was found guilty by a jury of 2 counts of first-degree murder and was given the maximum youth sentence, 6 years in prison followed by 4 years of community supervision. She was 13 when she was convicted. In 2008, Jeremy Steinke was also convicted of 3 counts of first-degree murder. Since he was 25 at the time of his conviction, he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for 25 years. The couple exchanged letters from prison, promising to marry. None of the letters expressed guilt or remorse. Jasmine Richardson underwent intensive rehabilitation and therapy after her conviction. Psychiatric evaluations revealed that she had been diagnosed with conduct disorder and oppositional defiant disorder. In 2016, when she was 1 year younger than her co-offender at the time of the offenses, she was released from the criminal justice system. Using reports from Richardson's probation officer, Queen's Bench Judge Scott Brooker said, "You have indicated by your behavior that you wish to atone for what you have done," adding, "Clearly you cannot undo the past, you can only live each day with the knowledge that you can control your behavior." And here we come to the end of a story that I hope you liked. Don't forget to write your opinion in the comments.